We're back on Inside Access. I'm Connor Gregoire, sports editor of The Hoya. Right now with me is Parimal Garg, one of our columnists, and Dave Finn, our men's basketball beat writer. We're breaking down the West in the men's bracket right now. Guys, who do you see as two contenders who you think are most likely to come out of this part of the bracket?
Well, I look at the top two seeds. I look at Duke and I look at San Diego State. I feel like a lot of people aren't giving San Diego State enough credit. You can conceivably see a Temple upset in the second round, but San Diego State gets the Sweet 16. They play in Anaheim. That's basically a home game for them. They're 32-2. They're a pretty well-rounded team, so I like San Diego State and Duke in the Elite Eight, and I ultimately like San Diego State in the Final Four.
Well, I agree with you, Dave. I think San Diego State will make it out of this region as well. I do think Duke is very vulnerable. I know Coach K has said that Kyrie Irving might play in limited action, but we don't know how effective he will be. I actually like Texas to win in the Sweet 16 against Duke. They play great perimeter defense. I think they can harass Duke shooters and pull out an upset there. They're a very talented team. They haven't gone far in the past, but I think this could be their year.
Do you guys see the possibility for a sleeper like a Texas to make a run, a UConn to make a run to the Final Four?
I look at Cincinnati. I look at Temple. Cincinnati is a very good defensive team, as Georgetown saw twice down the stretch. Yancey Gates leads a rebounding attack that's one of the best in the country. So I like Cincinnati or Missouri. I also like Cincinnati to beat UConn in the second round to get to the Sweet 16. As far as I see them going. Then also, as I said, Temple. They're also defensive-minded. They like to get up and down. They're a team that can be dangerous.
One of my potential sleepers is Missouri. They like to get up-tempo, and that can really give teams fits in the tourney. You look at their first-round matchup against Cincy. Cincy likes to play in a half-court game. If Missouri can make that game up-tempo, I think they can knock them off. And then potentially playing UConn in the second round. UConn's emotionally exhausted after 5 games in 5 days last week. So potentially they could be in the Sweet 16, maybe against San Diego State, and who knows, they could pull off an upset there.
Parimal, do you think it's harder to slow a game down in the tournament or to speed it up?
I think it's harder to slow a game down. I mean, teams are jittery, they're nervous, they're playing on a lot of emotion, and the half-court game really depends on being disciplined and not getting thrown out of rhythm. So I think if teams like to go up-tempo, that's a lot of the reason you see these first-round upsets.
All right, guys, so this part of the bracket seems a little more wide open than we thought the East is going to be. We've got 2 picks for San Diego State. I myself have Duke in the Final Four, but we'll see what happens.